Hi, welcome to Take Note. I'm Erica, and in this video, I will be reviewing In My Mind by BJ the Chicago Kid. I had never heard of BJ the Chicago Kid until he released a D'Angelo tribute earlier this year. He covered 3 D'Angelo songs on an EP. I was really hesitant to listen to it because I'm a huge D'Angelo fan, and I thought, who could cover D'Angelo songs better than D'Angelo? But I did listen to it and I was pleasantly surprised. I think BJ the Chicago Kid has a really nice voice. So that made me want to research more about him. And even though he has Kid in his name, he's been in the industry for quite some time. In addition to releasing his own EPs and mixtapes and his debut album, Pineapple Now Laters, he has also written for other artists, sang backup for other artists, and he's done a ton of guest features, especially with Top Dog Entertainment. I didn't even know he was singing the hook on Schoolboy Q's Studio. And then also, I really love a song called Cushion Corinthians by Kendrick Lamar, and I'd always admired the gentleman singing on the track, and he does this really awesome vocal run on the song, and I would demonstrate it, but it's a little too hard for me. But I was pleasantly surprised to find out that that is BJ the Chicago Kid. So that made me really excited to review his most recent album. In My Mind was released February 19th, 2016 on Motown Records. BJ wrote or co-wrote all of the songs on the album. Guest appearances include Kendrick Lamar, Big K.R.I.T, and Chance the Rapper. There is also production by The Interns. I know them from work they did with the singer JoJo, but they've worked with tons of big name artists from Nicki Minaj to John Legend. I didn't recognize any of the other producers, but I'm sure they're great. Overall, the sound of the album is excellent. In terms of musicians, there is a horn group called The Regiment on the album, and so there are just remarkable horn lines throughout the whole album as well. This album is primarily about faith, love, and BJ's journey as an artist and as a man. On the intro track, BJ doesn't sing, and his first words are, "I love God." And this isn't a new theme in R&B music. R&B music is rooted in gospel. It's rooted in the church, so it wasn't a surprise. And then also on the intro track, BJ talks about being really appreciative of his success and not being afraid to fail. So it really establishes his mindset and really solidifies him as a humble character. Track number 2 is called Man Down, and even though BJ is a humble character, this is one exception. This is a really cocky track. He really has a take no prisoners attitude on this song. And there's more speaking and rapping than actual singing. It's not my favorite track on the album, but it does have a nice beat, so some people may enjoy it. Track number 3 is called Church. It was actually a single off the album featuring Chance the Rapper, and it's really about BJ being tempted away from his faith by a woman. Again, this is not a new theme in R&B. Artists like Marvin Gaye and Prince and D'Angelo have always struggled with the sacred and the profane, but I really like BJ's spin on it. It's a mid-tempo track, and the vocals are reminiscent of D'Angelo. You're going to hear me bring up D'Angelo a lot throughout the review, but I just want to make clear that BJ the Chicago Kid definitely has his own sound. And I really like Chance the Rapper's verse on the track, and his flow and his wordplay are really great. Never sang Kirk, F bang like Kirk, co angle like Kirk, came back like Derrick Rose. Track number 4 is called Love Inside. It's one of the strongest songs on the album. It's a slow song. It's really romantic. It's nice mood music. The drums are really nice, and there are really nice horn lines by The Regiment. Track number 5 is called The Resume. It's another slow song featuring Big K.R.I.T. A lot of hip-hop fans like Big K.R.I.T, so they will be disappointed to know that he actually doesn't rap on the track. He just has a brief speaking intro at the beginning. There's a lot of auto-tune on the track, which I'm not a big fan of, so I really didn't enjoy it overall, but some people may, as it's more romantic mood music. Track number 6 is called Shine. It's a really pretty piano-driven ballad, and I think from track 6 on is where the album really gets in its groove. I think this is the best section of the album going forward, and I thought that The track could have been taken to a higher level. I expected maybe a key change or for the vocals to get a little bit stronger, but it's still a really pretty song, so I would definitely recommend listening to it. Track 7 is called Wait Till the Morning. It's a mid-tempo song, and I really love this song. It's a great story. It's about a man and two women, and it actually took me a couple listens to really understand what is the relationship between the three of them. But I think it's a really cool story. You don't hear this perspective too often, so I won't give it away to you, but I think you will enjoy it. I also really like BJ's ad-libs on this song. I just need another night to make love to her like my wife. At the end of the song, all of the music drops out except for the piano, and then you just hear one of the females' perspective. It's a female vocalist by the name of Isa. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but the vocals are really strong, and it takes on an almost theatrical quality. I can picture her on stage, and it's dark except for the spotlight on her. So I thought that was a really cool way to end the song. Track number 8 is called Heart Crush. It's another slow song, but instead of being driven by the piano, it's guitar driven. It's about a relationship that is not working out. It's not one of my favorite tracks on the album. It's not great or bad. It just isn't memorable. Track number 9 is called Jeremiah / World Needs More Love, and it's really a 2-part song. It's a slow song in a gospel style, even though it's about a woman who got away. DJ is comparing his experience to the experience of Jeremiah, a biblical character, and he actually takes a moment to explain what he's talking about, why he chose Jeremiah. And this is my personal preference, but I like when artists kind of allow me as the listener to make up my own mind. BJ's vocals are really great. Again, they're reminiscent of D'Angelo, especially toward the end. The second part of the song, World Needs More Love, is just BJ's vocals over a bass line, and the vocals are really outstanding. He does a lot of great harmonies, and in this part of the song, he really is talking directly about God. Track number 10 is called The New Cupid. It's a mid-tempo song, and it features Kendrick Lamar. And it's a really cool concept. In the song, BJ is saying that everyone is having love trouble, so where is Cupid? Why is he not doing his job? Well, Cupid is in the club, he's by the bar, and he's rolling up. Rolling, rolling. So it's a really fun song. And BJ takes Raphael Saadiq's Oh Girl Exactly. The music is the same, the melody is the same, but I don't mind because the story is so fun, and BJ's vocals are really excellent, again, reminiscent of D'Angelo, but I actually like this song better than Raphael Saadiq's song. And Kendrick's flow is awesome. He always does really creative things with his vocal delivery. The actual content of the verse is not the best, but it's still enjoyable. Track number 11 is called Woman's World. It's a mid-tempo song, and it's really a play on James Brown's It's a Man's World. I really like how the piano and the orchestration is reminiscent of Brown's song without taking the music directly. And the song is just about the power and the influence of women. It's a really nice song. It's not super memorable for me, but I think people will enjoy it. The last chord of the song sounds like something that Stevie Wonder would do, so that is really cool. That stood out to me. Track number 12 is called Crazy. It's an up-tempo song, and it has a really nice message about being crazy or passionate about something, really being determined and not letting anyone tell you what you can't do. In terms of the music, there is a lot going on with a lot of clashing sounds, so it's not really a favorite of mine, but if you're a fan of different or weird production, you might like it. Track number 13 is called Home. It's about Chicago, and it features a really nice speaking intro by BJ where you can really understand how he feels about his hometown. The song itself is really stripped down. There's not a lot of instrumentation, and BJ's vocals really stand out. And he just talks about how his home made him humble. It taught him how to pick himself up. This track doesn't have a video, but in another one of BJ's videos, I noticed that someone was wearing a t-shirt that said Chirac, but RAQ was crossed out and Town replaced it. So that gives you a sense of how BJ feels about the perception of his home. Track 14 is called Falling on My Face. To me, it's the best ballad on the album. It's really beautiful. It's slow. It's piano driven. driven. BJ's vocals are incredible. And it's really about a common theme on the whole album, falling down and getting back up again. And actually, the melody sounds a lot like Bonnie Raitt's I Can't Make You Love Me. Go listen to that song and then listen to this song and you'll see what I'm talking about, but it does not take away from the song at all. I really like the lyrics. At the beginning, he actually references lyrics from Song Cry by Jay-Z. I actually think Falling on My Face would make a great closing track for the album because I think it ties together a lot of the themes. However, there is another song after Falling on My Face, and it's Turnin Me Up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is an upbeat track, and it does have a video, and it's described as a tribute to Marvin Gaye, but it's really a tribute by way of D'Angelo. If you walk into a room while this song is playing, you would think that it was a D'Angelo track. The song is more like a jam than a standard R&B track. The verses are the same as the chorus. There's just a brief bridge section that ties them together, but it's an awesome bridge section. You kind of have to make the stank face while listening to it. At least I do. The lyrics aren't very complicated. BJ repeats the same things over and over again, but the music is just so awesome. The regiment horns really stand out on this track. And there is an extended instrumental section at the end that is really good. Overall, I would rate this album a 7 out of 10. It's definitely above average when you think about the R&B that is out there right now in the mainstream. However, there are a few tracks that I might skip as I continue to listen to the album. You can definitely tell that BJ is a true artist and he put a lot of work into this album. And if you like D'Angelo, I think you'll really enjoy the album. So, have you listened to In My Mind by BJ the Chicago Kid? If so, I want to hear what you think. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below here on YouTube or tweet me at Miss_E Thompson. Finally, I just want to say to BJ the Chicago Kid, thank you so much for sharing your music with us. We know it's not easy to put yourself out there, but it is much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in to take note, and be sure to subscribe.